everyone, I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen. And as promised, today I am going to do the wrap-up and review on my Blue Apron experience. Now I want to start off by saying that you will notice that I have turned off the comments and the ratings capability on all of the Blue Apron videos. And there's a reason for that. I did this with the, express intent of helping you guys see what Blue Apron was all about. I received absolutely no compensation from them. The only thing that I received was the kit itself, enough to make 3 meals for 2 people. You saw all of those. We demoed the grilled shrimp cocktail, the buttermilk chicken sliders, and the grilled steak tacos. And while I thought that the box was interesting, I thought it was put together really well, and I thought that it was something fun to try. Given the opportunity, I always want to try new things, and I always want to share them with you, and using my channel as a vessel to do that, I decided that this was something I wanted to do. I've been seeing the Blue Apron advertisements pop up on my Facebook page and throughout different places that I have gone on the internet while researching other different information. So I thought, I did a little research on my own as far as Blue Apron went, and then they reached out to me, and I decided to go ahead and take the plunge. Well, I've learned a lot of things through this experience, and one of which is that I don't think I'm going to be doing anything like this again. I have been called so many different names over the course of the last few days when it comes to this Blue Apron experience that I am really kind of disappointed with the response that I got. I've gotten a lot of different responses from a lot of different people, and while everyone is certainly entitled to your opinion, personal attacks are definitely not on the board when it comes to my comments section. And that is one of the reasons that I shut down the comments and the ratings, because this wasn't so much a way for me to present things as much as it was a way for me to demonstrate and help you decide if this was something that was right for you. My thoughts on the Blue Apron box itself: I thought it was very well put together. I liked how everything was packaged and separate. There are several people who were dismayed by the fact that it seemed to be a recycling nightmare. I'm not so sure about that, because all those things can be recycled, and I really don't know how on earth you would separate things any other way. So if that is something that is an issue, then perhaps Blue Apron isn't for you. Of course, everyone has to make that decision for themselves. I had a lot of people ask me, do I feel like it was worth it money-wise? And the honest answer is no. If I were going to spend $60 on 3 meals for 2 people, I would probably not subscribe to a delivery service like this. Their recipes were nice. Everything was well planned. Everything was portioned exactly perfect. And the recipe cards were beautiful. The instructions were somewhat good. Been following recipes for a long time. However, there were some important things that were left out that people would have been left to their own devices to figure out. And if they didn't know how to do those things, they really wouldn't have a clue. My biggest beef with the recipe instructions was 2 of the recipes required that a garlic paste be made. And while I know that you can make a garlic paste by using a microplane or by perhaps roasting some garlic and then mashing it with your knife, their instructions for making garlic paste were not very good at all, and I took umbrage with that, actually. The one thing it has made me realize is that it's time for me to do a video on how to make garlic paste, so you can see that coming in the future. They do offer certain videos on their YouTube channel where they demonstrate how to do certain basic culinary tasks. So that's a good thing, but I don't recall seeing anywhere in their literature or on their recipe cards where you could refer to their YouTube channel if you had a question on how to perform a certain task that you may be unsure of doing. And that was my only real beef. As for the grilled eggplant caponata that went along with the grilled shrimp cocktail, I had a couple people say, well, you didn't show the preparation of the caponata. And that's true, I didn't. And I did that for a reason, because that was not caponata. I will be doing a caponata recipe in the future to show you what real caponata is. This was grilled eggplant mixed with basil, parsley, olive oil, and capers. And that is not caponata. Traditionally, caponata is a sweet and sour kind of concoction of different vegetables that include eggplant, but also onions and garlic and capers, sometimes carrots. It just depends on the recipe. It's very Sicilian, and it's kind of like a pickled vegetable medley, and it's very delicious. But this was not a caponata. It may have been someone's version of a caponata, but I actually doctored mine, and I added sugar and I added red wine vinegar to it to make it taste similar to what I am familiar with. So that's one of the reasons I did not share the preparation of the caponata. And if you should decide to try the Blue Apron box for yourself, maybe you'll get that particular entree selection in your box, and you'll be able to check it out for yourself. I think that the shrimp cocktail was my favorite. Rick liked everything. Everything was decent. But as far as the value, I don't think the value was there, just from my perspective. I'm feeding a family, and I don't think that not having to go to the grocery store isn't that much of a consolation as far as that goes when it comes to feeding my family. Several people said that it might be a great idea for maybe people who've just had babies or surgery and were able to do a lot of things for themselves. They still wanted to get into the kitchen and do it, but this would alleviate them from having to do the shopping and the meal planning, and I think that's a great idea too. Several people said, what a great idea for a women's weekend, or going up to the cabin, you just have it delivered to your door and you just take the whole box with you. And I thought that was a great idea as well. So there are many applications. You don't have to just totally subscribe. You can skip as many weeks as you like if you decide to sign up for it and give it a try. But in the end, it's probably honestly not something that I would choose to do for myself. The quality of the ingredients was good. The meat was, the flank steak was excellent. The shrimp were beautiful, and they were very generous with the shrimp. The chicken breast, they weren't very well trimmed. In fact, they weren't trimmed at all. And by the time I cleaned them up, there was next to no chicken meat at all. I'm very choosy about my chicken, and I would have been happier if the chicken meat had looked like it had been trimmed up a little bit better than it was. But like I said, these are all things that are from my own perspective, and that's what I'm giving you here. The produce, for the most part, was very good. Unfortunately, the cucumber, not so good. The cucumber that I received in my box, because they have to ship it with so many ice packs, and cucumbers and ice do not mix, my cucumber was very, very soft, and it was borderline mushy. I couldn't even really put it through my mandolin without it being a problem. So that was a disappointment, but like I said, we moved on and we did what we had to do. Yeah, so that's probably the most honest assessment of the Blue Apron experience that I can give you all. I really appreciate the feedback that the majority of you gave me. I'm sorry if some of you feel like I'm a sellout. I'm sorry if you feel like it was a waste of time. And there are some of you out there who feel like I did this to garner some sort of revenue, and I did not. You are still able to use the coupon code, and that is going to be good on your first purchase. You'll be able to get 30% off if you choose to go ahead and give it a try. My final thoughts on the whole thing are, I think that Blue Apron is a really great service for people who maybe work a lot, maybe don't have children, and want to, you know, count on that box coming once a week, and they just can open it up, put the stuff in their fridge, and then 3 nights a week they have meals that they can go home and cook. I read a few other reviews online, some from single people who were really excited about having the box and said, you know, they even had enough leftovers to have more than 2 meals out of one portion in particular was spaghetti and meatballs, and he was able to eat 3 meals off of that for himself. So, you know, everything has its place and everything has its purpose. Blue Apron, I think, is a great idea. I think they have come onto something. They're not, you know, it's not an original idea. There've been these meal delivery services have been around for a while. And, you know, like I said, I got the opportunity to try it and give my thoughts, and those are my thoughts. So I hope that you enjoyed watching it, and I hope that you'll continue to watch. As far as this particular thing is wrapping up today, and then tomorrow we will return to our regularly scheduled programming. I have lots of new recipes that are coming your way. I've been working up a lot of different things, exciting things that I'm happy to share with you, and I'm really looking forward to putting on the channel to see how you like them. So, with all of that said, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something. If you want to try Blue Apron, I highly recommend that you do. We only know what we are going to think about something after we try something, and then everything is a lesson and everything is a growth experience. So until next time, I'll see ya. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you liked what you watched today, and I hope that you try it, and I hope that you love it. If you like what you saw, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and giving me a positive rating. And also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're already not a subscriber, so that you don't miss out on any of the fun we have here in our kitchen every single day. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to come by tomorrow. Until next time, happy eating!